What's up, homies? Today I did want to make a video covering something that I get asked quite a lot. Is like, how do you carry your teammates? How do I do a better job, compensating for worse teammates? And so I thought today would be a good time to go over how I go about it. And I want to start with the boost here on ball chasing. Um, so boost is like so important to being able to carry your teammates because if you don't have boost, then it's gonna be really hard for you to make up for their mistakes. Um, and so you'll see here a good way too you can tell if your team has worse players a lot of the time is if your teammates are out of boost a lot of the game because it means like they're not playing in a way that's gonna allow them to have boost. So you can see right here both my teammates they're out of boost. And sorry it says all players zero. I was playing with the Bucky's mod anonymizer on. But yeah, these are my two teammates. You can see has a really high BPM, although my average is higher than both of theirs. My seconds to lower boost is lower than theirs. Um, and if you go to down a little bit, um, you can see he picked up way more big pads. My small pad game was a lot better than this guy. Um, and so when we go down here, this is me, and I know that because my average boost is 55, which we see right here, right? 55.47. And so I'm on orange team, 55. So this is my boost stats all in a little chart here. And so amount collected, when we compare that to my teammates, you can see that they actually collected more boost than I did. However, they were out of boost for a lot longer than I was. And they were actually on 100 boost a lot less than I was as well. Um, so this is kind of a good example of just saying like, if you have good boost management, it's going to allow your teammates to pick up those big boosts when they need them to help keep them in the play. And you don't need as much boost to do as much. And I'll show you in a second with the points. But yeah, it's kind of an important thing to think about is just I collected less boost than them and way less than this guy. And yet our stats are very, very different because I have better boost management. So if we go to the overview here, we won. We had these were all 1900, like 1950, I think was like the average of this team. And then I had a diamond and a champ. So yeah, and you can see the bit of the carry there. And so you can see even though I didn't have a lot of boost, and my BPM wasn't very high, so I wasn't really ball chasing, I still did the most for my team and allowed us to get the win. Um, but yeah, so that's just kind of something important to talk about when it comes to carrying is you have to be able to have boosts to do what you need to do. So I'm gonna go talk about a few key moments in the game. Oh, and also a few of you guys did want to actually see my MMR. So these aren't really updated since like my last play session today, which I've mostly been winning. Just because sometimes Blocky's mod freezes on this, but I've been selling everything for a while. I don't really play once. I got SL and stop playing. I played a little bit of twos this week and finally got around like 1900 MMR, but I never really played twos. I really only play threes. When I play threes, I normally solo queue. Yeah, so we're down a little bit. Normally I'm a little bit higher, normally like 2100, 2050, somewhere in there. Yeah, let's get on into the replay real quick. I believe this is the one. So we did go into OT. I don't know exactly which player I am. I'm not on this team. I'm on orange. So let me find my car real quick. That one. This one is me. Okay. So I just want to be talking through a few things and how I'm making decisions in the game. So at this point, to be honest, I really had no idea. I was in a situation where I was gonna have to carry because I don't normally leave. I don't really look at the scoreboard. I have it unbound most of the time. I only have it bound on my keyboard, which is why I don't really see it in game because it can be kind of distracting sometimes. If you don't feel like you're getting enough points, it can make you play different. Um, so being able to read things like this is just always helpful if you're last back. I end up getting in an awkward situation, but we get the read, so it doesn't matter. So, I'm watching for basically these first 10 seconds, and here's what I see. I see a sheet that's really bad. I see a bad first touch into another bad first touch. But he ends up getting around, so I'm like, okay, maybe he's decent. And then I see this player completely out of position. And I'm talking about my teammates too. Um, and then I see this go up. I see a complete misread. And at this point, I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to play a little safe because my teammates are showing me that they're not that good on defense. And so I'm going to be playing a little bit more patient. Here, I stick around because I'm worried. I know that guy just landing in the corner. I'm worried about a pass, so I'm going to stay in the pass lane. And then here, that guy's landing behind me, so I'm just going to stay right here and try and block a pass out. So I'm trying to be really conscious of this and just hold on to my boost. It's also important to look at the boost. I'm not really wasting a lot. We're holding on to it, doing a good job, making sure we're slowing down the play. Here, I'm taking control. I get a touch around 1, and I go for a slow play, but I also go for a safe play, something that I can recover out of quickly if it doesn't go badly. So if it goes badly, right? So I lose possession, but we're back. So I am trying to play a little bit safer. I'm just cutting off the midfield pass. This is something Turbo does really, really well. Turbo Pulsa. He sees the mid pass come like this. He goes. He's ready. And the reason I know I can do this, I see my teammate rotate back, right? So I see there's a big gap in the midfield. So I just come in and cover that. So, you know, it's a lot of decisions like this that I've already talked about that are going to make a big difference in your game when you're trying to carry your teammates. It's going to be these little things that's really going to give you the edge and allow you to stay in games like this. So here you can see I'm trying to control this. I end up doing a kind of a bad job, but I don't want to pass this ball away and take myself out of the play, so I end up trying to slow play. I get a weird catch though, and it kind of just bounces out middle, which is honestly really bad for me, but you just get a good shot, so it ends up working out. And and by no means did I play perfectly this game, but I played good enough to carry these two guys and get the win, and you know, sometimes that's all you need to do. So, like plays like this, where you're super committed, this is spots you want to avoid as much as possible, so I kind of rush back, although I know it's a pretty safe ball because it's not accelerating super quickly. There's not really any pass options from that, so it wasn't a super threatening play. I'm sitting middle in case this pops out. It ends up popping out. I get an okay shot on. It's still good pressure. It's a good bump there too. That bump, you know, slows their attack down. Allows my teammates more time to get boost, to rotate, to do whatever they want to do. I know he's not going to go. I go for a soft touch, try and follow. End up hitting a little too hard. I see my teammate get bumped, so we got to go quick to this because someone's going to be up. And that beat's huge because it clears the ball, gets pressure. Now my teammates can get boost. So it's a lot of micro decisions like this that are going to help you win these games. So it's a quicker read here. You know, it's going to be confidence in situations like this where you're like, okay, I beat him. It's going to put them back on the back foot, allow my teammates to get boost. That was kind of a bad touch by me. I thought someone might be middle, but they weren't. I get a bump there. I end up getting bumped myself. Let him go. Not really too concerned at this point. Just stay back. Here, I rotate a little wider in case this ball goes around my teammate. You see me take this larger angle, get back post. Ball does go past him, but I'm in a good spot to touch it away. And then we end up getting in a really good bounce. And then I go for a bump to force the ball. I forced him to jump and go for it and get a touch out to my teammates. He almost get a chance to score, but he doesn't really hit it well. I get a pass across, no one's there, it's fine though. But this is also a fine touch that is, because no one's over there, right? So they can't bang it right back. Kind of a little dangerous, but the pass isn't good enough. And I'm just sitting back. I'm waiting for touches. Like it's a little awkward, but I'm waiting for my time to go. Because here, I see both my teams on the play. I have a bump coming in. I back up to avoid the bump. That guy's just floating down. I don't exactly know who's hitting it. But I go when I think I can get a touch on the ball. And I end up getting a pretty poor touch. But we get back to it. Doesn't matter. Here I know I can just put it over the first guy. But it's not the best touch to you. A better touch to you is like more to the left. More to this open space instead of back middle where they can shoot it. You get the boost. But it's also like I'm not playing super aggressive. I'm not wasting a lot of boost. I'm holding on to what I have. I'm playing safe. Like here you'll notice this might look kind of like a bad touch. It's not the best touch, but I do a good job slowing the play down. Luckily my team gets the bump too, so I slow the play down and then we end up getting it in an awkward spot for them. It allows me to go for bumps, get boost, and rotate back into play while we still have possession. And it is, you got to be able to play around your teammates. And sometimes games can be really tough and unwinnable, but if you're playing well, you have a good chance to influence the outcome of the game and at least keep it close. And that's what I'm doing, you know, it's a close game. Wait and see. Here we get another chance Just throw it on net. Make sure I can rotate back quickly and get back into the play on defense in case something bad happens. Here, this is good paying attention by me. I see my teammate go back, and I know there's a gap in the midfield, so I go to cover it. I think he ends up jumping with me, but it ends up working out. I get the save. I'm covering gaps. I know no one's there, so I'm not really worried. I'm going to pressure the ball, try and force out a touch from my teammates. He ends up passing me, and then I guess we get a goal. I don't know how this went in, but it did. But then I'll just skip to this part. I ended up missing an open net here, and then we get scored on. So, that was a bit unfortunate. I get bumped, and then I start to rotate back into the play. This happens, the ball goes right to me, we get an open net, and I hit the post, hit the bar. And then I missed the bump, and it ends up being a goal, which is a bit unfortunate, but, you know, there's nothing you can do sometimes. So now I go into OT. I'm a little bit disappointed in myself, because I kind of threw the game. And I gave him a chance back to win. Again, here you don't see me rushing out into this. I'm trying to stay back. Although this is a dangerous situation, I know that if they were trying to shoot this instantly, he would have jumped a lot faster. So he doesn't do that, so I know he's taking a soft touch. So I move up to cover the dribble play. Doesn't end up coming. But yeah, it's just a lot of safe touches, being in the right spot, saving boost. Those are kind of the biggest things when it comes to winning games like this. You have to keep the score as close as possible by making sure you stay in the game and you keep your team in the game. And so, you know, taking solo plays like that, setting up pressure as much as you can, making sure you get back quickly, soft touches, passing, but passing safely because you don't want to bait your teammates out, right? So, you know, it's just when you're playing with teammates who are worse than you, you have to kind of compensate. And this is kind of the way you do it. You gotta play around them. You gotta play safe. You let them go for it when they want. And you can see here, like I could have flipped for this, and tried to get this shot on, but I didn't think it was gonna work out. So I just decided to back off so I could get back quicker. And then here. Oh man, sorry, I keep going. Here's a good example though. Like you see my teammate on the wall. Of course, this is my ball. But when you have a diamond 2 on your team, then who knows what's gonna happen. So he ends up going for it, and I don't go. And although we lose like the play, it's still better because I keep myself back, and then I can challenge that. I mean, he almost did an awkward shot on, but it all works out. A decent 50. I see him getting dunked. I'm not going to rush into this. Just wait on the touches here. He gets a good pass out. They double commit. Too close on the wall. And we get the win. So yeah, it's games like that that are really going to make the difference, you know. Oh yeah, so you can see all the MMR there. Yeah, so they were way higher ranked than even my highest teammate. But you know, I came in and touched up and got the dub, and it ended up being pretty good points because I was able to carry them. But yeah, that's kind of how I go about solo queuing and how I go about trying to win and things like that. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed and have a good rest of your day.